Welcome back to episode 5 of this playthrough of Let's Play Chrono Trigger. We just had a bit of a discovery. We found Marl, and now she's disappeared. And now we have Luca, and we found out that she was actually a princess. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and solve the issues of this day so that she doesn't disappear. Basically, we are going to find her distant ancestor, Queen Lean. The castle mistook her for Marl, and they stopped the search. So she's still in danger, and that is why there's a major threat going on. So anyway, we are going to go through all of these things just to build up some experience, and also hopefully let Luca get her first skill. It comes in really handy. She also has a worthless attack. I think she has like the lowest attack of anybody in the party. And it's like she has... There we go. And that's why I wanted it. Fire Whirl, which is actually an incredibly strong attack. Despite the fact that Luca is completely useless whenever it comes to... Oh, dropped a shelter. I got that last time, right? I guess you could just go back and forth, getting unlimited shelters here. There are a lot of ways to cheese the game, but we'll just have fun with it. It's actually not too terribly difficult that you need to have cheese techniques. So that's her flame toss. And I'll show you guys what her their dual tech is. Now, dual techs basically unlock whenever people gain particular skills. You're able to combine those skills together and turn it into some pretty awesome looking attacks. And it's actually sort of the appeal. Oh, yeah. He got out of the way. But is that not like the most satisfying attack that you can imagine? There we go. So dual and triple techs, I should talk about that. Dual techs are basically what you just saw. Two characters have to be ready, have to be active, and then you activate the attack, and that happened. Ah, he's gonna get something off. There we go. See if we can get everyone. Yes! This is why this is so satisfying. But dual techs are basically that. Two characters. Triple techs are whenever you have three people in the party and all three of them are ready, and most of those are just absolutely devastating. There's one that's not actually an attack, but is sort of an auto life. If you've ever played the Final Fantasy games, the auto life allows it to where if one of your characters dies, it automatically activates and allows for them to be resurrected immediately. Ooh, critical. Means she can actually do damage. But we won't abuse those double and triple techs. At least not at the moment. There's not really enough time to... there's not really enough ether, or mana, or MP, however you want to call it, to be able to abuse it at the moment. People start off as relatively innocuous. So, before we jump into the cathedral, we're going to rest at an inn. And while we rest at an inn, I actually want to discuss one of the interesting things that I find pretty prevalent in especially Japanese RPGs, but it does happen every once in a while in normal one, or I say normal, in Western RPGs as well. It it seems like any time that the church is placed into a fantasy setting, it's almost undoubtedly a bad guy. Like, has anyone else noticed that? Like, it happens here. Final Fantasy X is a really popular one. Like, they're a cult led by somebody who's already... well, I guess spoilers. But, spoilers for a, 15-year-old game? But, oh well, whatever. Final Fantasy X has something like that, and this game, not to a heavy degree, but you especially find it in anime and manga. And I don't know, it's always been one of those things that I notice, and I sort of understand, because Christianity is perceived as like a Western sort of invasive force, if you will. Japan, if you guys don't know, is very, very, I guess, yeah, you should probably say isolationist. You could almost say, a lot of people could just say xenophobic. But, yeah, Japan is a big resistance against Western influence, and Christianity is perceived very much so as a Western influence, especially since the missionaries came in from, the Roman Catholic Church back in the 1500s, as well as the Protestants in the 1600s. And the tragic thing is that the ministry was actually going really well in Japan until the Catholics and Protestants started fighting against each other. And they started causing issues, they started causing problems. And so the shoguns, the leaders of Japan, I believe Tokugawa specifically, but someone can correct me on that. But they saw this issue, and they saw this also as Western espionage, subterfuge to usurp the Japanese customs and the Japanese rule. And so they outlawed Christianity, and they heavily, heavily persecuted the church out there, to the point that I believe it's less than 1% of the population now is Christian. But I have a friend who just left for the mission field in Japan, and it's really cool seeing somebody who I didn't really perceive as too curious about Japanese culture, but yeah, he really went into it and really bought into it, and yeah, it's really cool. But I don't know, it's one of those unfortunate cases of history that I sort of understand why there's a suspicion against Christianity in the nation of Japan, especially with the common disturbances of Protestantism and Catholicism. And while it's not like what we have today, to where there's just sort of a general suspicion, and the two sides just kind of make fun of each other, but it was all-out war, especially in Europe. If you know your late medieval history, then you know of the wars between Catholic nations and Reformed nations, and all of those issues. And as a Christian, as a Reformed Christian, there are things that I have to fully admit, like, people screwed up. Christians screwed up, and we just have to live with that. But hopefully, I hope to be the type of person who shows that Christians don't have to be jerks. Like, Christians don't have to be, harsh and horrible people. That we can stick to the morality that we have, while caring about people, and understanding that we stick to the morality because we care about people. It's an unfortunate thing. But anyway, regardless, whenever you see a church or a religious group, especially one that uses architecture, or uses like Catholic architecture, be instantly suspicious in anime and manga and video games that they are bad guys. It's sort of a given. Or tends to be a given. But anyway, I won't waste your time with Christian history anymore. Let us continue. We want nothing but world peace. Or a piece of the world, teehee. You might like to stick around for the organ recital. It's a real killer. People wouldn't know what to do with themselves in a truly peaceful world. My, what delicious... delightful looking humans. She called me humans. Oh dear, it looks like you could use some food and a place to rest. Oh? There's a thing. What did you find? A hairpin. That's Guardia's royal crest. Like I said, be instantly suspicious if there's a religious organization in a game. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember now. Yeah, they're weak to fire. I remember there was something that simplified this fight. Oh, it only costs one? Alright. Totally taking advantage of that. Is there any way... I just realized. Phew, that was close. I'll get in a little bit. Ack! Yes. Lower thine guard, and thou'rt allowing the enemy in. Thou art here to save the queen? The lair is deep within. Will thee accompany me? A frog? Chrono, it's a talking frog. I hate frogs. My guise doth not incur thy trust. Very well, do as they please, but I shall save the queen. Wait. You don't seem like a bad, person, frog thing. I mean, Chrono, what should we do? I mean, go with the frog. I'll just have to handle it. I mean, deal with him. What's your name? Frog. That's a simple enough name. Frog will do. Alright. Nice to meet you, Frog. Mayhap a hidden door lurks nigh. Let us search the environs. Oh, I love Frog so much. He's such a great character. But what I just realized, we're actually going to abandon this quest for just a little bit. Queen Lean can wait. She can wait for me to go to the market and get some better gear. No window shoppers. What do you want? Yes. Alright, so should I get anything else? Let's get a few tonics. Yeah. This will help out. I assure you, this will help out. Thanks, see ya. Alright. Now let's get some resale value off of these other things. Let's sell the gun to the medieval people. I'm sure they won't misuse it. Alright. Now we're prepped. Now we're ready. Alright. So, they talked about the hairpin in the last episode when we were talking to people. They said it was interesting that the queen didn't have her pin, because obviously Marl would not have the queen's hairpin. But they also said the queen was, if you remember Toma, he said the queen was last seen at the cathedral, before apparently the queen was found. But now, how do we get that secret door open that Frog was talking about? Well, it's a simple thing. One of these nuns, or, well, fake nuns, talked about the organ, that we should stick around because it's a real killer. You would think people in disguise would try to be a little bit more subtle than that. Them Super NES sounds. But we have found a door. Let's go in. Now, this is our first official dungeon. Okay, so, as you notice, we're a bit surrounded. So, what we're going to do is we're going to pick fights. Now. Oh. Ah, he moved out of the way just in time. Yes. So Frog has our very first healing spell. And also I'm hoping for Frog's next ability, because he and Chrono have actually a pretty solid dual tech that's coming up very soon. Hopefully, if I'm fortunate, in this area. So, actually I'll show it off in a fight. Man, preemptive strikes. Okay, so this is what Slurp does. Nice, simple healing spell. I was about to say, you shouldn't have very much. Got a tonic. Good, good. Is it this? So we are definitely exploring. Ooh, maiden suit. I believe that's a step up for Luca. If I am not mistaken. Yes. So the female characters have their own set of armors. I am not sure what the difference is, but... Oh! Oh, so we apparently found the Naga at Bromide. Ow. Yeah. So these monsters are all weak to... I believe it's all magic, if I remember correctly. But... I can't remember off the top of my head, but I believe it's all of these monsters are weak to magical attacks. So Luca's Flame Toss, and if this were New Game Plus, I would have a few more options, but alas... Oh, a Steel Saber. Good, good, good. Boom. Okay. Actually, let's go ahead and take advantage of that. Like I said, I love to explore. You're humans? They're hiding the queen in the back. Please rescue her. Inside this building, there's a room dedicated to Magus. Heard something about a treasure there. Alright, so these are phasing through people. Power tab. Alright. You already know the drill. This is... okay. Yeah. There's a secret in one of these rooms that has a room dedicated to Magus. Oh, that's right. Let's get some more XP. There we go. Yeah, Chrono starts getting ridiculously powerful after a while. Let's do... aw! So you know when they were talking about an attack that's in a line? That is this one. And all done. And of course, if you're an old hat at Final Fantasy, one of the good things about healing spells is you can cast them outside of combat. There we go. Alright. We're picking fights all over the place. Yeah, doesn't even need a critical to one-shot him now. And actually I'm going to... So there are a few characters who have ranged weapons, like Luca and Marl. Luca has her gun, Marl has her crossbow, and whenever they're up close, they actually have a different animation whenever they fight. Let's kill these snakes. Alright. Let's just take care of this. I picked up those extra shelters, so... yeah, you see that insane damage? Chrono learns Slash. Frog learns Slurp Cut. Learns Dual Tech X Strike. X Strike is a pretty amazing attack, too. It's basically two attacks that are in a line. So... oh, yeah. What's with the disguise? No need for them here. It's almost my shift. I hate pretending to be human. It's so repulsive. The ones we ate recently weren't so bad. And those two soldiers we caught look rather plump and juicy. Yakra's so smart. His plan to capture the Chancellor and take his place worked perfectly. So the Chancellor is not who we thought he was. He's a mole. You'll get it later. But now the Queen's captive, and the castle's in an uproar. This is rich! Har har har. I'll look in on Magus' statue before my shift. Okay, so. Here we go. Are you here to save Queen Lee? Oh, what a relief. How nice of you to come. I'm sure Yakra will be just as pleased. Why not rest here until he's available? There was no need for you to come rescue me. The Master Yakra is very kind. I've decided to stay here. Now, why don't you make yourselves at home too? So, obviously, I think you can be genuinely suspicious at what is happening here. Got one ether. Oh, dearest Magus, your flashing eyes like stars, and flowing hair like waves atop the sea. No sad sunny day, nor any frightful bright place can get us down, as long as you're near. There's nothing to fear. It's almost like a Beatles song. Magus, oh Magus, our hero Magus. Got one defender. Got one speed belt. So, the speed belt can actually replace our bandana. The sight scope allows us to see people's hit points, but it might be good because we are pretty strong, and it's not really like that will do us much. Yeah, but there's not really anything that helps her true bonus other than stamina, I guess. So let's put the defender on her. We don't really need to see people, the remaining hit points of people. So you notice that Frog already has a better armor than what's normal for the rest of them. And he has a power glove. So, let's leave him as is. Oh dear, Magus. No sad sunny day, nor any frightful bright. This down. Magus, oh Magus, our hero Magus. Come join us in singing your funeral dirge. Yeah. Alright. I'll show you X slash here in just a sec. I just need to clear out these three. It does simplify matters, doesn't it? Slow spell. Alright, so this is X Strike. It's a pretty legit attack. Alright. Now don't worry about the ether down there for too much longer. There is a save point before the boss. So there isn't really anything that could be a problem there. Now we will have to take care of these guys, I believe. Yeah, there we go. Don't be in such a hurry. Enjoy yourselves first. Yeah, if I remember, the snakes were some of the more dangerous enemies of this area. Frog is critting all over the place. Bum 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 bum. Can we farm these people for a little bit more XP? Yes, we can. What can I say? I farm. Yep, just calmly walk over there. Punk. Doot. Let's get this guy. If I remember, that spin attack has a chance to confuse. I might be mistaken though. But I think it's like a low chance to confuse enemies. Although that could be some of the stronger variants of that enemy. Yeah, I can just go past them. Or I can farm them for XP. Yeah, I think it's the like palette swap ones that will show up later. If you're familiar with Final Fantasy, then you know that many of the enemies are just palette swaps. Even newer games happen to have palette swaps of various enemies, so don't be too surprised whenever it happens here. But yeah, I think it's one of the later enemies that has a palette swap version. There we go. That should take care of it. Oh. They just stack up. There we go. Perfect opportunity. Those attacks do simplify matters, don't they? Alright, this is the save point. So, the way shelters work is you have to be on the save point. And like I was talking in episode 1, real save points, whenever you go over them, they have a little ting. So, the way shelters work is just like that. Just like tents in Final Fantasy. So, we are going to save here. Yes, erase old save game. And I will finish it here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you join me for the exciting conclusion of this dungeon. Thank you all, and have a blessed day. See you later.